Have you ever wondered what happened to all the pets Peter Griffin owned, besides Brian? Well, buckle up, because this video is about to take you on a journey through time, chaos, and questionable pet ownership decisions, from the ancient past to the distant future. Okay, mostly just old episodes. We're diving into the wild, weird, and woeful tales of the forgotten animals of Family Guy. Number 1. Todd, Season 4, Episode 23, Todd Griffin, the OG dog, the prequel to Brian.
Hey, Peter, did you call me?
Yeah, I thought we'd go to the park, Todd.
Oh, you're not taking me to the vet, are you?
No, just a nice day at the park.
In this episode, the family's jaws hit the floor when Brian becomes a taxi driver. He explains that at the ripe old age of 7, it's time to get a job and stop freeloading off the Griffins.
Hey, Meg, if you're working for the mayor, you know what that means? Even you're doing better than Brian.
Hey, everybody, Brian's the new Meg.
Peter, being Peter, insists Brian's still young and reminisces about Todd, the dog before Brian, who tragically passed away at 15 due to intestinal disease. Basically, a very messy and emotional exit.
I'm a little worried that you're gonna have me put down. I know there's been some concern about my sphincter's low shutter speed.
No, we're just going to the park, Todd.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll enjoy the ride then.
Number 2. Fluffy the Psycho Cat, Season 1, Episode 7. Brian walks out on the family after Peter treats him like hot garbage.
Look, you got everything you could possibly want right here. Now just eat your cinnamon bun and stop being a bad dog.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare I? How dare I?
Peter suggests getting a new pet. Everyone says no, except Stewie, who assumes Brian is dead, classic Stewie, and insists on getting a cat.
Silence! That mongrel is probably decomposing on the side of a dirt road as we speak. Let's get a kitty.
Enter Fluffy. This cat does not come to play. It hisses, it scratches, it literally throws firecrackers at the family.
Here, kitty. Come on down. Nice and easy. That's a good kitty. The hell was that?
It slashes Peter's shirt, his chest, and even gives him a free eyelid lift with its claws.
We have a new pet, and we love our fluffy kitty. Brian, I need him. God, I hate this freaking cat.
Needless to say, Fluffy was evicted from the Griffin household faster than you can say emotional damage. Last spotted singing Blue Shadows on the Trail in Wild Wild West. Yup, still causing mayhem in style. Number 3. Brutus the Guide Dog, Season 4, Episode 3. Peter, being the brilliant man he is, tries to break a world record by eating a bunch of nickels. Spoiler, he goes blind.
Yeah, now feel my warm breath on the nape of your neck. My hands on your big soft boobs running down your big man-like Holy crap, it's Chris!
Solution? A guide dog named Brutus. Brutus does his best, leading Peter to the drunken clam, which is on fire. Naturally, Brutus tries to warn him.
Come on, girl, I'm thirsty. All right, you don't want to come in? Fine, I'll just tie you to this parking meter.
But Peter misunderstands and ties him to a homeless guy. Then Brutus sees a hot lady dog and says, "I'm out." That's it. That's his entire character arc. Farewell, Brutus. Number 4. Patches the T-Rex, Season 4, Episode 29. Yes, you read that right. Peter bought a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Why? Because a sketchy salesman convinced him, obviously.
Yeah, and don't try any of your salesman funny business. Like that guy who convinced me to buy that pet Tyrannosaurus.
Peter tried to play fetch, but Patches brought back a person. Peter screamed at him like he was a dog that peed on the rug.
Okay, Patches, now fetch. Oh my God, drop it. Ew, it's got spit all over it.
Not much is known after that, but we can assume Peter returned him, or Patches returned him to the void. Number 5. Alice and Janney the Giraffe, Season 5, Episode 8. Peter stole a giraffe from the zoo. No, seriously, with the entire town's police force on vacation in South America, thanks Mayor West, Peter snuck into the zoo and adopted Alice and Janney. Not the actress, the giraffe.
What is that?
This would be a giraffe, Isaac Newton. Yeah, I stole it from the zoo. What with Mayor West sending all the cops away? Everybody can do whatever they want.
Lois was not thrilled. Peter claimed it was fine because he'd been committing crimes all week anyway, like founding an adorable pickpocket gang in London.
All right, boys, the best targets are old rich people. Here's one now. Go get him.
Oh no, there's no police here to help me. I hope you don't find the money strapped to my thigh.
When told to return the giraffe, Peter couldn't find her. because she was already in Quagmire's bedroom.
Oh, good morning, honey. That feels really good. What? Hey! What the hell? You're not the same giraffe from last night. Get out of here!
After a startled Quagmire kicked her out, she panicked and slammed into Cleveland's house. Then she bolted, never to be seen again.
No, 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 no! I gotta stop taking my baths during Peter's shenanigans.
Except for, you guessed it, her musical cameo in Blue Shadows on the Trail during Wild Wild West. Because apparently, all pets in Family Guy retire into musical theater. Number 6, Lieutenant Shiny Sides, Season 5, Episode 18. Peter Griffin once owned a majestic goldfish named Lieutenant Shiny Sides. We never saw much of the lieutenant, but we did get a tragic flashback. In this episode, Peter finds out his kids carry Quagmire's genes.
I'm sorry, Peter. I'm afraid she's got a father's libido.
What can I say? I'm a vegetarian. Oh!
Horrified, he tells himself to stay calm and not freak out like he did when his beloved fish died.
It's okay. You don't have to eat it now. You're just sleeping. You'll eat it later. You'll eat it later, Lieutenant Shiny Sides. Ah!
And that, folks, is all we know. Lieutenant Shiny Sides, remembered not for his life, but for being the benchmark of emotional trauma. Number 7, Adrian Beakey, the Pirate Parrot, Season 6, Episode 12. When Brian got sick, the Griffins had to take him to the vet, a place Peter hates because it's expensive and smells like regret.
They charge me $90 a day to keep Brian here. For $60, I could put him up at the Holiday Inn. Huh? Who's with me?
My apologies, my pet cricket has restless leg syndrome.
While Lois is all like, I hope Brian's okay, Peter's too busy side-eyeing a suspiciously sketchy cat.
Yeah, look at that, Lois. That's why cats freak me out. He's doing that weird, stretchy leg thing where they lick themselves.
Look at that, huh? Look at that.
Ew!
Then, while arguing with Meg, a parrot starts mocking him. Naturally, Peter is smitten.
What's your name? I'm Peter. Peter! No way, that's my name! Hey, you should come home and spend the night at my house.
Lois warns him it belongs to someone else, but Peter, being Peter, is like, well, it likes me now, so, finders keepers.
Lois, will you make up the guest room?
Peter, that's someone's pet. You can't just take it.
Well, maybe they never know it's gone.
He names it Adrian Beakey and introduces it to the squad.
I had a gay experience at camp. we had the radio on and they were talking about some goofy stuff. So what are you guys drinking?
Joe says Peter looks like a pirate. Cleveland suggests a cool name and a hook hand.
And you should have sex with that crossing guard, even though she looked young, and then I found out she was 12. I mean, you should get an eye patch.
Eye patch would be cool.
And Peter, never one to ignore peer pressure, goes full Captain Long John Peter.
Peter, what the hell are you doing?
That's Long John Peter to you, porthole.
He forms a pirate crew, i.e., his drunk friends, returns home and begins terrorizing his own family like it's an episode of Deadliest Catch Domestic Edition.
Fetch me 5 tankards of ale and a leg of mutton for me mateys.
Even Stewie is so horrified, he says they're scarier than that time he watched Philadelphia with Tom Hanks and E.T.
Ouch. There you go, you're good.
You didn't touch me.
I don't want to get AIDS.
Then Captain Peter and his parrot plunder Mort's pharmacy, blow it up with a cannon for fun.
Crystal knock! Aha! 'Tis Long John Peter and his merry men come seeking plunder. All your Tux-medicated pads be ours.
And then go after a random British guy's supply truck. They wave the Union Jack to blend in, but last minute, plot twist, swap it out for a pirate flag and launch an ambush.
Oh no, privateers! No doubt they're after my sugarcane, tobacco, and spices. Well, Shelley Booth Bishop isn't about to let you over-egg this pudding. Aha!
Cue, cannon warfare, wooden crates flying, Michael Bay slow-mo intensity. Peter boards the guy's truck, wins a duel, steals everything, and drives his enemy into a lake.
Well done, you barnacle-munching scallywiggers!
Victory, but at what cost? Adrian Beakey gets mortally wounded. Peter, heartbroken, admits it was a worse decision than Disney casting Michael J. Fox as Zorro.
I've screwed up worse than Disney did when they cast Michael J. Fox in that Zorro remake.
Who was that masked man who saved us?
I don't know, but he left his insignia.
They rush to the vet, but in true Family Guy fashion, Beaky causes chaos, pisses off the surgeon, and gets thrown into a wall, ending his feathery little life.
I tried to pick him up, but then I got angry because some of it got on my thumb. So I threw him against the wall, and that's where he died.
That's the way I want to go.
Rippy Adrian Beaky, you squawked hard, you died harder. Number 8, Till Death the Special Needs Horse. Season 7, Episode 8. Lois sends Peter to buy groceries. He returns with a horse. Why? Because he blew the entire grocery budget at a Kentucky auction on a mentally challenged horse.
Sold to the gentleman from Quahog, Rhode Island. Congratulations, sir. What brings you down here to Louisville?
I don't know.
Even Lois could tell the horse wasn't all there, prompting Peter to proudly declare, "Wow, Lois, great eye," because he's like definitely special needs. Peter insists the horse belongs in their home, saying it'll be a great addition to the family.
You know what? I don't want him to feel self-conscious. Everybody pee.
Peter,
Everybody pee now.
We're an unusual family.
Spoiler, it is not. Its face alone gives Lois nightmares, and Peter reassures her with, "Hey, he's disabled, just like me."
He's retarded, Lois. You should understand. You're married to a retarded man. Huh? You're married to a retarded man?
The horse breathes heavily into Stewie's face like a Dyson blow dryer from hell. Stewie freezes in horror.
Hey, you want a sugar cube, horsey?
Oh, God, Brian, don't! Ew.
At night, the horse gives Peter a massage while he's half asleep, and Peter thinks it's Lois.
I love you so much. I love you so much, Lois.
I love you too, Peter.
By morning, it stands in the driveway, refusing to move, until Peter honks at it so aggressively that he reverses right into Cleveland's house.
No, no, no! Oh, that's got all my stink of the day in it. That's nasty.
Naturally, Peter enters the horse into a race. At the track, the horse wanders into the audience and then runs like someone stuck a squirrel in a potato sack.
Go, horsey, go!
God, it even runs like it's messed up in the head.
And then, things escalate. Till Death snaps. It breaks fences, tramples spectators, and charges into a section filled with deaf second graders.
Hold the phone. He's going back towards the track. Fellas, this race ain't over yet.
My baby's dead!
It's over.
The destruction costs the Griffins over $100,000 in damages, so Peter, with his usual sense of logic, handles the situation by yeeting the horse into Mort's store.
Oh, boy, I miss the old days when it was just a flaming bag of poop and a hurtful note.
And that, presumably, is the end of Till Death. Unless it isn't, because the horse makes a cameo in the Succession parody intro of HBO No, which means A, it survived, B, Peter failed to kill it, C, or it's immortal. In this episode, Peter, in his infinite wisdom and zero impulse control, decides that Brian is too old and boring to keep up with his daily circus of idiocy.
Ow, 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 ow. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh, God!
Does this get fixed with ice or heat?
Ice now, heat later.
So what does he do? He replaces him with a new dog, named, wait for it, New Brian, because creativity clearly peaked with Brian.
Hey, gang, whose leg do you have to hump to get a hug around here?
Oh, I like him.
Brian naturally is shocked, like what the actual furball shocked, that Peter would replace him like an old toaster.
You got a new dog?
Yes, sir.
But I'm the dog.
Well, now that you're getting older, new Brian's here to take some of the load off.
But Peter, he's busy playing fetch with his shiny new toy, praising new Brian for being younger, more energetic, and apparently equipped with a full resume and cover letter.
Wow, Meg and Chris, I can't decide which one of your hats I like better.
Peter reassures Brian that he and new Brian will get along just fine, much like Abraham Lincoln and his next-door neighbor, which is probably the weirdest historical reference since someone compared Kanye West to Mozart.
Hey, Dale, I noticed your lawn's getting a little high.
Yeah, I used to have a guy for that. Dick.
Okay, now, you have a good one.
New Brian, by the way, isn't your average squeaky toy chasing mutt. No, he's practically a furry Swiss Army knife. He wakes Peter up every morning with a gentle flute solo like some kind of canine Kenny G.
My word, what a gorgeous way to wake up.
I hope you don't mind. I checked the time your alarm was set for, and I shut it off. I figured this might be a more gentle way to start off the day.
He plays guitar, writes songs, and serenades Peter like he's auditioning for America's Got Talented Dogs.
Well, Peter, I will help you get your party started.
He's so thoughtful. He even volunteers to be Meg's emotional trash bin, literally opens his ears to all her teen angst.
Dear Diary, today at the school library, I saw a picture in National Geographic of a woman with nipples that cover most of her breasts, too. And suddenly, I didn't feel so alone.
And before leaving the room, he reminds her it's dinner time and hands her deodorant as a passive-aggressive gift. That's either compassion or a war crime.
Wow, deodorant! Are you sure I'm old enough?
Oh, I think so. I'm gonna make you a little less gross every day.
New Brian is disgustingly nice to everyone in the house, so much so he even buys Brian gifts that he would like.
Wow, thanks a lot.
And I got you some of this. I don't smoke it myself, but I sure won't judge you.
Gosh, thanks.
Check you later, handsome guy.
Stewie, of course, sees through the charade, warning Brian that his spot in the household food chain is slipping faster than Stewie's own grip on sanity.
Now do your impression of Punky Brewster's father.
Punky. Oh, Punky. Oh, Punky. You have a dog named Brandon.
Brian tries to reclaim his status by bonding with the family, but his efforts flop harder than a fish at a tap dancing class. Even when he plays an old home video of his puppy days, the family is more focused on New Brian's glorious tail wag.
Oh, did you hear that?
He farted.
Just like in the song. Ah, what the hell is the matter with you? Outside! Outside, now!
Things hit rock bottom when Peter actually suggests taking Brian for a nice little walk in the woods, just the two of them, forever. Brian wisely declines, realizing walk in the woods is code for goodbye forever.
I got this new gun.
Here we go.
And I thought we could go deep in the woods where no one would ever think to look.
Oh, boy.
And just shoot it.
Awkward.
You know, like so far in that no one can hear gunfire.
A little on the nose.
Or screaming.
Feeling utterly rejected, Brian decides to leave the house. The family pretends to be sad, but in reality, they care about as much as they do when Meg talks.
I'm in a bad mood and I'm gonna take it out on you.
Oh my God. Well, he's obviously drunk.
Ow! Ow, you're hurting me!
About which I do not care very much.
The next morning, Peter bites into a pancake made by New Brian and declares it better than anything from IHOP, Applebee's, or Denny's. A culinary holy trinity, shattered.
These are the best pancakes I've ever had. And I've been to Applebee's. These are the best pancakes I've ever had. And I've been to Denny's. These pancakes are okay.
Meanwhile, Stewie tries to rattle New Brian by mocking the way he says cool whip, but New Brian's unshakable positivity ruins the fun. It's like trying to roast Buzz Killington.
Do you know why W.S. Gilbert was frequently drunk on his transatlantic crossings?
No.
Because he was quartered on the port side.
Stewie's misery deepens when New Brian cheerfully invites Lois to sing a karaoke duet, which for Stewie is the emotional equivalent of stepping on a Lego.
Oh, well.
Desperate, Stewie visits Quagmire to beg Brian to return. Brian agrees, but only if New Brian is gone, because, as he eloquently puts it, this house ain't big enough for two Brians.
I tell you what, when this is all over, I'll make you some pie with a nice dollop of Cool Whip. There it is again. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H? That's exactly why I miss you, Brian.
Stewie agrees, comparing New Brian to a motivational rally led by crocodiles and American alligators.
And sometimes walking out onto a dry plain or dusty field because it's nice to get out of the swamp now and then.
What?
Confusing, unhelpful, and possibly dangerous. Back home, Stewie tries to kick New Brian out, but the pup insists this is his home now. That is, until Stewie mentions that New Brian spent hours snuggling with Rupert, Stewie's beloved teddy bear. And just like that, New Brian crosses the line.
Rupert. Humped him for 2 hours yesterday. He just laid there and took it.
Did he?
Yeah, and now every time you're sleeping with him, he's gonna be thinking of me.
Honestly, New Brian wasn't a bad dog. He just chose the wrong house and the wrong teddy bear to spoon. That critical misstep leads him to a fate worse than neutering, being written out of existence. Moral of the story, don't mess with Stewie's bear or his spotlight. Number 10, A Lion Named Manticore, Season 8, Episode 16. So the news drops a bomb. The world's gonna get swallowed by a black hole in 19 hours.
Hey, Mort, now that the end of the world is here, I just wanted to say, no hard feelings, huh?
Oh!
Psych! Ha-ha! Embedded in the hand! Have fun where you're going!
Everyone's freaking out, hugging their loved ones, crying over unfulfilled dreams. And then there's Peter, who waltzes into the house riding a full-sized lion he apparently liberated from the zoo like some drunk Disney prince.
You know, I went to the zoo last week and asked if I could do it, and they told me to scram. Went to the zoo this morning with a shotgun, and now I have a lion.
Does it bite?
Of course it bites. It's a lion.
Lois, clutching what's left of her sanity, begs Peter to get off the lion and spend time with the family during their final hours. But Peter's having none of it. He's like, yesterday I was stuck on jury duty, but today I've got a golden ticket to do whatever the hell I want. Like an old man reliving his frat boy days and telling a kid, let me tell you about the time I beer bonged a cactus.
Oh, Sonny, those were crazy times. My friends and I were out of control. We used to give each other wet willies and funny arms. We'd play dandy balls and legs a spread and penis butt.
Lois nags him hard enough that he might have returned the lion. Maybe. Probably. Okay, no one checked. And wait. Plot twist. In another episode, Veteran Guy, it's revealed that Peter has another pet lion named Christian.
My pet is Christian the lion. I'm doing 2 internet things at once.
Yep, born in captivity, raised by 2 Australian dudes who bought him from Harrods back in 1969. Naturally, Peter shows up to film a YouTube-style emotional reunion video with Christian, and reunites with his old, not gay, but kinda weird roommate, Ace.
This is my heterosexual roommate, Ace, with whom I shared the lion 2 decades ago.
You look great, Peter.
I have a family now!
Turns out Peter has a thing for lions. He's basically the Joe Exotic of Quahog, minus the tigers and prison sentence. Though let's not forget in Season 3, Episode 1, a lion once scared him so bad he turned the color of skim milk.
Huh, must have got the wrong hat.
And now, here's something we hope you'll really like.
Number 11, Peter gets 2 fish, Season 9, Episode 15. Enter Randall, Carol's second husband and full-time bringer of completely impractical gifts. This time, he blesses Peter with 2 tropical saltwater fish without food, because apparently buying fish food is a luxury now.
All right, you got the food?
No, I don't have the food. You get that at a tropical fish store.
It's 9:30 at night.
Well, you better get going.
Son of a bitch.
Peter races to the pet store, only to find it's closed. The store owner's clearly inside, mopping the floor, but refuses to open up. Peter pleads, begs, borderline serenades, nothing.
No, I know it's late. I just need some tropical fish food. Come on, where the hell am I supposed to go? You're in there!
In a moment of desperation, Peter promises the fish that he'll take care of them, believing one day they'll return the favor when he's old and incontinent. You know, like some reverse Finding Nemo where the fish push his wheelchair.
Don't worry, fish. I'm gonna take care of you. 'Cause I know one day you'll do the same for me.
I'm sorry, but your friend doesn't have insurance.
I don't care what it costs. Just make this man well again.
Thank you, fish.
But let's be honest, knowing Peter, those fish were probably deep fried and served with tartar sauce before the night was over. Number 12, The Falcon Xerxes, Season 11, Episode 14. It all starts when Chris builds a birdhouse, and Peter helps hang it up.
Well, there she is. A birdhouse. I just hope whoever moves in doesn't mind the Persian birds next door.
Hey, tweet. Check out my expensive fountain.
And Peter helps hang it up. Birds start moving in, nice, peaceful, feathery friends, until one alpha bird shows up, destroys everything.
What was that thing? I don't know. Some kind of super bird. Or maybe an average bird who bought a Bowflex.
And Peter immediately compares it to former U.S. Secretary of Energy Stephen Chu, because that's Peter logic. Bird equals guy from the Obama administration.
Ways and Means has sent over a preliminary budget. It looks like the Department of Energy is looking at a 4% budget cut. Okay, no budget cut.
No budget cut.
Inspired or terrified, Peter buys a falcon and names it Xerxes because apparently he wanted a pet that sounds like a final boss.
Xerxes, I'm a falconer now.
And yet for Christmas, I got a wrapped scrambled egg.
Lois, being the voice of reason as usual, tells Peter to get rid of the falcon and come to dinner. Peter refuses, saying he now only eats what Xerxes brings him. You know, like a medieval knight with brain damage.
Peter, what the hell?
For Xerxes, every meal is a pageant.
Then things go full Family Guy when Quagmire compliments Xerxes, only for the falcon to dive bomb his crotch. Why? Because Quagmire apparently had a mouse living in his pants, and Xerxes don't play.
You got a rodent situation?
No!
Well, Xerxes seems to think there is.
Get him off, Peter!
Admit you got a rodent in there.
Peter!
Admit it!
Oh, you scared him out the front. Tony, come back!
Next morning, Stewie's eating cereal when Xerxes lands on his soft baby skull, leaving a crater like he got hit by a meteor with wings.
Well, just hope he's not standing on your soft spot. Well, is that possible? Because that could really mess up my...
Meanwhile, Lois loses her wallet, and Peter sends Xerxes to find it. What does the bird bring back? A sheep. Because sure, that's close enough.
This is your purse now.
Peter, I can't carry my money in this.
Yeah, her money.
Peter, now fully bonded with his attack bird, steals a sidecar, and the two of them imagine starring in their own action series. Peter and Sidecar Falcon, like Knight Rider, but dumber and birdier. He loves that falcon so much, he even tries to bathe with it. Yes, that happened.
So what do you think about a platonic shower?
But then, karma strikes. Turns out the sidecar belongs to a Jewish guy who sues Peter, and in the end, Peter loses both the sidecar and Xerxes.
You won't get away with this. Wait till American Airlines magazine hears about this.
He screams in agony as his majestic murder bird is taken away. And that, folks, is the tragic end of the one-eyed falcon named Xerxes.
Falcon stolen. Ew, there's a toenail in this. Guess I'll just go back to coughing.
Number 13, The Rabid Dog Bingo, Season 12, Episode 2. So Peter finds out he's got a lump on his neck. Turns out it's not a tumor. It's a degenerated conjoined twin living just under his skin.
What the hell is that?
Oh my God, it's a little me.
Well, looks as if he's more fully formed than we thought.
Wow, your wife is gorgeous. Is that a foot? Almost. This is awesome.
And instead of freaking out like a normal person, Peter names it Chip, and they start treating it like it's just another Griffin kid who forgot how to walk.
I left my poem at home.
Chip becomes the talk of the house. Everyone loves him. Peter, not so much. Feeling like he's been replaced by a fleshy neck meerkat, he decides to hire a vicious guard dog named Bingo, because nothing says problem solved like throwing Cujo at it.
Peter, what the hell is that thing?
It's a dingo. I named him Bingo. If you can't have fun with that, you're crazy.
Peter tells Chip that Bingo's gonna turn him into a smear on Joe's front lawn. Then he tosses a steak to Chip, calling it a steak catch. Chip throws it back, Peter stuffs it in his pants, and Bingo, predictably, launches straight into Peter's crotch like a heat-seeking missile.
Oh boy, I got it! Hey, back to you, Peter!
Oh, cool, steak catch. I'm gonna use my one steak in the pants timeout. Ah, no, not me! Not me! Attack him! Ah!
Then there's Stewie, just strolling around during breakfast, minding his own business, until Bingo snatches him up like a chew toy and bolts out the front door. As he's being carried off, Stewie yells, "Brian, delete my browser history." Classic.
Hey, it's 3 p.m. Should I give up on breakfast?
Ah, Brian! Browser history! Clear it!
And the last time we see Bingo, he's chillin' in a cowboy ballad sequence during Blue Shadows on the Trail in Wild Wild West. Yes, seriously, because Family Guy logic, Number 14, Vinny the Brian Replacement, Season 12, Episode 6. After Brian gets hit by a car and dies, yeah, it happens, the Griffins head to the Quahog pet store looking for a new companion.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Vinny.
Oh, Vinny, like the poo. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Enter Vinny, a streetwise Italian-American dog who probably knows a guy who sells gabagool out the back of a van.
I'm just a regular guy. You throw a stick, maybe I bring it back. Maybe I bring back an iPhone that fell off a truck. So what do you say? You want me as your dog?
Yeah, I think I do.
Peter sees Vinny and his eyes light up like he just found a cheeseburger in his sock drawer. Despite Vinny being from a breed no one can pronounce, Peter adopts him immediately.
Hey, just out of curiosity, what breed are you?
Actually, I'm a pussy hound.
Really? All right.
That just means I'm 1/16th cat.
Oh, I wish you hadn't told me that.
Vinny settles in fast. Too fast. He starts bonding with the family, and even Peter's like, yeah, he's one of us now.
What's your name?
Chris?
How about I call you Hat Boy?
Hell yeah!
Lower your voice, Chris.
It's Hat Boy, bitch!
But Stewie's got red flags flying. He warns the family not to rush things. Hey, crucifixion sounded like a good idea at the time, too.
Why are you doing that?
'Cause I'm mad at this guy.
I'm mad at this jar of pickles I can't open.
Nail it up!
Peter introduces Vinny to Joe and Quagmire at the Drunken Clam. Vinny wants to tag along with Joe to work, but Joe declines, saying he no longer takes partners because of the Grimace incident. We don't know what it was, but it scarred him deeply.
I gotta be honest, I can't get a beat on you, man.
Vinny keeps getting closer to Peter, which ticks off Stewie. He calls Vinny a fat-loving mutt and swears to destroy him, like he once destroyed a magician's reputation.
People. This man drives us sadden.
His evil plan: overwhelm Vinny with depressing facts about Italian Americans until the dog forgets how to breathe.
Sal Annunzio's kid was killed by a falling piano.
Oh, how could this happen? The kid was an honor student. He just applied to SUNY Albany.
He just got into SUNY Albany.
Oh!
It actually works, until Chris walks in with wholesome news about Bobby Lamadura's kid beating cancer. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Oh, thank heavens. Big man in the sky knows what he's doing.
Chris, what are you doing?
Call me a creep, you piece of crap!
Crushed, Stewie sulks outside and finally reveals the truth. He's not mad at Vinny, he's grieving. Everyone's too busy loving the new guy and they've forgotten Brian, Stewie's best friend.
He was my best friend. You're not supposed to lose your best friend at my age. You're not supposed to lose him ever.
But Vinny gets it. He opens up about losing his old owner, Leo, and they bond over shared sadness like two emotional wrecks at a dog park therapy group. They hug, new friendship unlocked.
How did he die?
He tried to go to a yoga class, and on the first pose, his ball sack split in half.
Really?
Yeah, it was on Dateline. It was a whole thing. Anyway, I guess Leo was kind of like my Brian.
In Season 12, Episode 7, Vinny meets Quagmire and tries to gift him a collar. Quagmire nopes out of that real quick.
How come I never see you wearing a necklace?
That's not really my thing.
I'll get you one.
Please don't. Hey, come on. The guy wants to get your necklace. Let him get your necklace.
By Episode 8, the family hits the mall, and Vinny roasts Stewie's outfit so hard you'd think he was doing stand-up at a Macy's.
Leave me alone. Why don't you go bother the cologne salesman at Macy's?
I want something I can wear on the street that a broad can smell on a fire escape.
When Stewie meets Santa, he wishes for just one thing: bring back Brian. Santa's useless, of course.
I don't care about this stupid carnival or Christmas. I don't care about anything except Brian. I want Brian! And I'd like a bike, too.
Back home, Vinny, dressed like a professor cosplaying as Brian, tries to cheer up Stewie with Brian's signature wit.
My name is Brian, a.k.a. your favorite dog. Hey, whose leg do you got a gagoosh to get an amaretto di Serrano around here?
It's sweet, it's weird, and it kind of works. Stewie thanks Vinny, but says there's only one Brian, and he's gone, especially during the holidays. To ease the pain, Vinny gives Stewie a Christmas gift.
A bowling shirt?
You can wear it anywhere. To the beach, a wedding on the beach graduation, beach funeral, business conference, which could be at a beach, a stroll through the park, should that park be adjacent to a beach.
It doesn't fix everything, so they head back to the mall, where fate throws them a lifeline. They recover the time machine from past Stewie.
Wow, good timing, little fella. This just came out today.
Yeah, I kind of knew that already.
With the chance to reset time and save Brian, Stewie thanks Vinny for everything, but it's a bittersweet goodbye. Saving Brian means Vinny won't be adopted. It means he has to go back to Georgette, whoever that is. Sounds like a poodle who runs a wine bar.
Good dog, Vinny. Good dog.
Georgette, I'm coming home.
Who the hell is Georgette?
Vinny fades out of the Griffin family picture, but hey, he gets a cameo later in The Boys in the Band, so maybe he's okay, or maybe he's in Jersey, making wine with his paws. Who knows?
All right, listen up, you little pieces of garbage. This song's about getting heartburn from baked clams and other kids' stuff.
Number 15, The Goat Squad, Season 16, Episode 3. It's a sunny day in Quahog. Peter's watching TV with the kids when Lois, aka Fun Police, tells him to mow the lawn, but Peter had other plans. Annoy strangers at Guitar Center.
FYI, my mom's not picking me up for a long time because... she's dead!
Instead of doing anything, Peter cracks a beer and proudly reveals he outsourced lawn care to a herd of goats.
I am mowing a lawn.
When Brian asks where they came from, Peter casually replies, Craigslist, and muses that Craig must have one hell of a list.
Yes, is that it?
No! Futons, everyone's grandfather's golf clubs.
Is that it?
No! Gay sex!
What kind?
All of it!
The next morning, Peter brags to Lois that he milked 2 whole buckets from male goats. He hopes word doesn't spread about that milking situation.
Peter, all those goats are males.
Well, the buckets are full and the goats are happy. I just hope word doesn't get around.
I like good times.
After a few days with the goats, the Griffin house looks like a barn exploded inside a landfill. Lois is furious and demands Peter stop acting like a farmhand with brain damage, especially since her parents are coming over.
Lois is mad. Go to the clam.
Peter, I both saw you and recognized my husband's voice.
Go back.
Peter, unfazed, assures her that their robot vacuum, Roomba, has it covered.
Clean floor, dead ahead. Good purchase. Behold the future. All right, here it goes. And the battery's dead.
Spoiler, it doesn't. When Lois's parents arrive, chaos greets them. Peter hides among the goats like a bearded bush, and Carter literally gets his pants eaten by one of them.
Drive here is like a counterclockwise trip around the Monopoly board.
He has no pants.
Peter, get out of there.
Babs, horrified, says this isn't a healthy environment for kids, but Lois insists they're safe, as long as no one gets mistaken for a salt lick.
You have 4 children.
4 children. 4 children. 4 children. 4 children. Hey!
Eventually, Babs suggests they hire a nanny. Peter agrees, saying it'd be nice to have someone take care of Meg and Chris, and Stewie, if they find him.
Honey, do you think that's the goat and baby from the Amber Alert?
The Tercel, but I don't think it's the right year.
And that's the end of Peter's goat saga. Presumably, they were either returned to Craigslist or sold to some haunted petting zoo. Number 16, Gonzo the Nazi Parrot, Season 21, Episode 16. After discovering his job offers 6 weeks of bereavement leave for a dead pet, Peter does what any lazy genius would do, tries to murder Brian.
Oh, breaks out. Nice try, Peter. Fortunately, you can stop a Prius by cupping the wind.
When that fails, he hatches a new plan. Buy the oldest, most death-prone pet he can find. Enter Gonzo, a decrepit parrot who looks one sneeze away from the afterlife.
I don't want some elderly bird crapping all over the house.
Fine. If I can't have the parrot, you can only have 1 pink razor in the shower at a time.
You can have your bird.
Peter bonds with Gonzo instantly, brings him to the clam, and uses him like an emotional support bird.
So cool! Yeah, you know, I only bought Gonzo just to die and go on vacation, but now we're having the time of our lives.
Then Joe, fluent in German, because why not, deciphers Gonzo's mutterings and realizes the bird used to belong to Hitler. Yep, that Hitler.
Peter, your bird is a Nazi.
That can't be right.
Nazi want a cracker?
Nazi want a cracker.
Oh my god, you're right!
Joe even reacts with disturbingly accurate German enthusiasm.
Nein, Kacke, nein! Ich no mox the Kacke! I mean, crazy about Peter's bird, right?
Back home, Peter confesses to Lois, who is understandably furious. She can't believe Peter brought a Nazi bird to Meg's Sound of Music play, where Gonzo nearly blew their cover like a feathery traitor.
Meine links, nicht Bühne links.
He's saying my left, not stage left!
You're getting warmer! What? The parrot started it!
Lois demands Peter get rid of the parrot or she's calling animal control. Peter refuses, warning her there'll be consequences. Spoiler, there are.
Peter, if you did that, then everyone would see your penis.
I retract my threat. Please strike it from the record.
I'll strike it if I can find it. You have any tweezers?
No, I don't have any. Oh, ha ha ha.
When animal control does show up, Peter flees to Rabbi Goldstein for spiritual guidance. As they study the Torah, Gonzo suddenly starts reciting Hebrew.
Baruch et Adonai Hamavorach.
My friend, your bird is Jewish! He only pretended to be a Nazi to survive the war!
Plot twist, he's Jewish. Gonzo faked being a Nazi to survive the Holocaust. Peter and the rabbi celebrate with matzo until Gonzo chokes to death on it.
Pretty dry. I think Gonzo lost his chaim.
Cue the world's weirdest toilet funeral. Peter flushes Gonzo into the great beyond, only to clog the plumbing and flood the bathroom.
Ew, Dad, you could have at least flushed before you put him in there.
We all grieve in our own ways.
And that, folks, is the tragic toilet-bound end of Gonzo the Parrot. May he tweet in peace. Final roundup, Peter Griffin's Pet Parade, ranked number 1 to 16, from homicidal dogs to depressed parrots, and everything in between, including milkable male goats and a conjoined twin living in his neck. Peter Griffin has owned more emotionally unstable animals than a Disney villain with commitment issues. In short, Peter shouldn't be allowed near living creatures unless they're animated and come with a laugh track.